sat back from the screen, look, sat further back. Look, you can see I've got arms. I don't think you can normally see I've got arms, yeah? How interesting is that? Alright guys, so we've done a video discussing the sending off in the Manchester City game, the Mane sending off. I wanted to speak specifically about the game in general and to see what your thoughts were on it. Now I don't know if you're going to say, well, it all went wrong because of the sending off. I think that's pushing it a little bit. I don't think that's true. I don't think that that sending off caused a thumping like that. Influence, yes, but can we really blame that on the whole outcome of the game? I don't think so. And I read an article many moons ago that said that statistically, when a team loses a player, right, when they're down to 10 men, that it doesn't really affect the outcome of the game usually, because the team that loses the player as the sending off that's down to 10 then become more defensive and can actually make it more difficult for the opposition to break through. And I think Jamie Carragher said something similar over the weekend about that, you know. And so before the game started, and it was confirmed that Klavan was starting instead of Lovren. Lovren was apparently needing a rest, according to the manager. Jamie Carragher again was like, you know what, fuck, you know, he was like, he couldn't get his head around it. You know, he needs to be playing. He's a centre back. He should be playing all these games. Yada yada yada. And when I saw Lovren's, you know, naming, I was just like, oh fucking hell. And you know what the first thing that came to my mind, guys, was Virgil van Dijk. I thought, oh fuck me, if we'd have got Virgil van Dijk, and I'm sure you were thinking that, and if you didn't before the game, I bet you did during it, yeah. So we obviously didn't, but because the manager concentrated all his efforts on that one centre back, we didn't get anyone else, did we? We didn't get anyone else. And if you're telling me that there is nobody else out there in the fucking world better than Klavan, there's something wrong with you. Alright? So, okay, we didn't get a player for 60, 70 million or whatever that the manager wanted his primary tag, and I get that, he really wants this player and he'll go back in from and all that. That's fine, I get all that, right? And he's not going to spend for the sake of spending and all that wank, right? But the point is, we still need players. So why couldn't he have gone out? And you're telling me he couldn't go out and find someone at 20, 25 million or something like that? Alright, don't fucking wash with me. So I'm a bit disappointed with Klopp on that front, I'll be honest with you. Not, you know, Klopp out or all that. I've seen fucking Muppets saying that. Not at all. What I'm saying is we should be allowed to question. That's the whole point of football. We all have different opinions, yeah? You have opinions, I have opinions. Your opinions are wrong, my opinions are right. We've determined that many years ago. No, come on, you know what I'm saying, right? So I think it's fair for us at times to question the manager and say, well, you know, if we'd have signed someone else, would we have done all right? I mean, the kid that went to Everton, how much did he go to Everton for? Keane, was it? Was it Keane? I can't remember. I hate fucking talk. I hate when I mention stuff in a video, and then it means I like have to go and look. Because you're thinking, well, why didn't you research before the video? It's because I didn't know I was going to fucking mention him. Let's have a look how much he costs. I don't think did he cost as much as 30? I don't think he did. Right, so he's 24. Now we were linked to him, and I thought he was going to be our secondary target, guys. Now when he went to Everton, when Everton confirmed it, or when he was on the verge of going to Everton, and we were in the mix, I thought that's it. We've obviously got Virgil van Dijk wrapped up then, because this kid, in my opinion, was a secondary target of ours. Now then, let's see how much Everton paid for him. Now I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, well, he ain't fucking great, is he? Fucking great. Would you rather have had him or Klavan? I know I would rather have had. Right, £25 million he cost, right, which could rise to 30 million. He would have been perfect for that game, in my opinion. If you haven't got, you know, if Lovren's not playing and all that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I get nervous. I get nervous about people like, I get fucking nervous about Lovren. No, I get nervous about Klavan, without a doubt. I think he's fucking garbage. He might be a nice lad and all that. You know, I'm a nice lad, but I can't fucking kick a bag of wind around. Who's the other fucker? Karius. He's another one. He makes me nervous. Can you imagine having Lovren at Klavan and then, you know, say Champions League game, say, right, we're going to start with Klavan and then Karius. Yeah, fuck, I mean, And I know you think it's a bit harsh, but sometimes we've got to discuss these topics that maybe are a bit negative, but like we've got to be real, haven't we? They just don't. Some players don't fill me with much fucking confidence, and Klavan is certainly fucking one of them. And you could turn around. You're going to turn around to me and say, "Well, he ain't responsible for everything." I can't even remember, to be honest. But the point is, I remember thinking that before the game got underway, that's going to weaken us a little bit at the back, and I can't remember even which goal it was. Or was that fucking many? It might have been the first one. I remember seeing the ball put through. I mean, I saw it coming, and Klavan was like, ah, and then decided to go after the attacker, you know, and they scored because he did not. He was not with him. And I think at that point I was just like, ah, fuck it. So I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm disappointed that Klopp this summer only focused his efforts on that one centre back. That's it. So. And we'll just have to wait and see. There are people saying, well, no, it's because he's going to do this. He's going to try such and such there. Fine, but that didn't help at the weekend. Yeah, so I said, not a major drama, not like a massive thing. You know, the result happened. You know, Manchester City are a very good side. And I thought that, I'll tell you what as well, when they booed Milner, I thought that was a bit of a poor show, because I think that the old Manchester City, you know, before they had all the money in that, I think their fans were always really, really good fans. And I'm very surprised that they booed him, and I thought that was a bit of a poor show, to be honest, because I always thought that he was, you know, a kid that was respected at all the clubs he'd played at. Now I know that he, you know, the way he left the club, you know, he ran down his contract and all that, but still, I think that's just, you know, we would all do what we thought, and I've never seen him say a bad word about him or anything. So I don't know, I thought that was a bit poor by Man City. Because I remember when I was a kid, I mean a really young kid, you know, and I remember I used to call Manchester City scum too. You know, I used to call Man United scum, and I called them scum too one day in front of my uncle. And my uncle, he's an ardent United supporter, very hardcore football person, and he was like, whoa, Manchester City, they're not scum too. And I was like, what do you mean, fucking Manchester? And all that, you know, I was only a fucking kid. And he was like, no, he went, they're nothing like Manchester United. They're classy, you know, they're classy supporters and stuff like that. So there is opinions. If you're a Man United fan watching this, I ain't saying out, you know, I'm just saying that's what he thought. He thought that Manchester City were classy. And when Milner came on and he got them boos, I was really surprised. So I don't know what you guys thought about that. Anyway, irrelevant. The game is done. Let's not dwell on it too much. Let's look forward to the next fixture, and hope everything's all right. But I've got to be honest, guys, a little bit spooked by that outcome, and the only hope, little thing you might think to yourself is, well, it was because of the sending off, and maybe, you know, I don't know, I don't think so, but you know, we've got to be careful, is what I'm thinking. So anyway, I'd appreciate if you let me know your views about the game, any of the players that you'd like to pull up, praise, whatever. You know, I don't really want it to be a video about a too negative video, and I don't really want to focus too much on Klavan. And the point I'm trying to make is that the manager's obsession with Virgil van Dijk and not going for someone else may have cost us that game, because I think if we'd have got someone else in, even if it was just a squad player, but someone better than Klavan, we might have had a better outcome. That's the point I'm making, and I just hope that it doesn't you know, continue to haunt us. But there you go. All right. So like I say, I'm not trying to pick on him. It's just the manager. I just thought, no. I think you get the point I'm trying to make.